It's November 2020 out here in the Anza Borrego desert. Came out here for some peace and quiet. Get away from the craziness back in the city. But I come along this big giant slab of granite right here, this big boulder. And there's a sort of a cave in here. A nice shelter. Goes back in there a ways, probably about 12 to 14 feet back. 3 or 4 feet high, depending where you're standing. So, I'm pretty sure this was used by the Kumeyaay. Would have been used by them, Kumeyaay native people. When you come around the back here, you find their kitchen. These mortar holes where they would have been preparing food back here. So I can say with pretty much certainty that they were here at this spot, and probably for many, many years. So I'm going to keep looking around this area, see if I can find more evidence of the village. But yeah, this is a nice shelter. One of the best ones actually I've seen out here. I'm sure there's better than this even, I just haven't seen them. So, keep looking around. So, still out here at the Anza Borrego desert, and I wanted to film the most common cacti that I find out here. So this one right here is cholo cacti, also known as teddy bear. And then this tall thing right here, there's one over there. You can see a lot of them out there. These are the ocotillo. And in the spring, these get red, big red buds on them. Really cool. And then the next one is this one. This guy's about 4.5, 5 feet tall. This is barrel cactus. And the next one is, over here is a patch of them. These are agave. Agave. They make the agave sweetener out of this. Probably make numerous products. And I'm not sure if this is the right kind of agave, but they do make tequila from agave plants. There could be different varieties of them, but that gets a big yellow bud in the spring. It's beautiful. I've filmed those before. But this is the fall, going into winter, and everything is dead right now, or not dead, but hibernating. So there's a lot of ocotillo out here. This is actually a really healthy area because you find abundance of everything. There's other bushes out here like these. I don't know what these are. And little things like these. Of course, there's names for them, and I don't know what they are, but the four that I'm really familiar with is the agave, ocotillo, the cholo, and the Barrel. There's a huge barrel cactus over here. You don't see too many of the barrels out here. I mean, there's a lot of them, but they're far and few between. Everything else you find a lot of, but the barrels, yeah, sometimes you don't see them for a long time, but there's some nice ones in here. This guy here, this one's over 6 feet tall, so it's huge. They get a big yellow flower on them. Just pops out the side or the top in the spring, and more than one, usually 3 or 4 flowers bud out on them. So anyway, I'm heading out to that rock cropping out there and see if I can find any mortar holes out there. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. There's my Suburban out there, and I'm going to sleep there tonight, but I'm right below that really rocky hill right there, and I'm looking at some of those giant-sized, car-sized boulders above me, and if they were to come down in the middle of the night, that would not be good. Where'd my Suburban go? It's out there somewhere. There it is. But anyway, I might move that out. I'm right up against that mountain, and all it would take is one boulder to slip and probably bury me, and you just have to put up a gravestone right there. I don't think they'd find me. So this morning I filmed that big boulder that had that partial cave and the mortar holes on the back of it, right? It's way over there. It's about half a mile away. Okay. So I thought, well, I'm going to walk across. So I came over here to this big rock hill. I thought, you know, they can look straight across the valley and see that other campsite. So maybe they would have a campsite within eyesight of each other. Right? They could even come over here in the afternoon, because this is in the shade. It's facing north. That one over there faces west, so it has good sun, well, no sun actually in the morning. But anyway, I did find mortar holes. Yep, there's one. Here's one. And it looks like an animal's been digging in it, because there's mud, or God, maybe he's been crapping in it. I don't know what he's been doing. But someone's using it for a toilet, I guess. But that's kind of interesting. You could see straight across, a half a mile away, you could see the other campsite. And it's way out there, it is. I can't hold the camera still, but anyhow. So that's it, they could see one another. I just thought that, you know, they didn't have any way to communicate. They didn't have cell phones, right? But if they could see each other, then that was a form of communication, just being able to see one another. I'm going to keep looking around here for some more grinding holes. This was the Kumeyaay Indians, Kumeyaay native people. Big go back a long ways. I think I read 8 to 10,000 years possibly out here in this area. This would have been their wintering grounds. In the summer they headed up to the Laguna Mountains, which is, you can't see them from here, but the Laguna's higher elevation, much cooler. And then in the winter come back down to the desert. It's beautiful out here. 60, 65, excellent. Great weather. Cold at night, 38 to 40 at night. But as soon as the sun comes up, it's nice and warm. And there's no wind, very little wind. It's great. So quiet. There's not a sound out here. I haven't seen another human all day. It's like I have this whole canyon to myself. And that's the way I like it. So this is a cool find. I've been looking for rock rings out here because they would have used these rock rings around the perimeter of their structures that they built to shelter in, little wigwams, or I'm not sure what they would have called them. But so anyway, I found one. Look at this. Here's a rock circle right there. It's not very big, maybe 8 feet across. But so that's what it looks like, though. That's cool, because I've been looking all day yesterday and today for these rock rings, and this is the first one I found. So those mortars were just around that corner here, and rock ring. So this is definitely a little village of some sort. So I'm going to keep looking, get a couple of pictures of this, and then look for some more stuff. That's neat. So that rock ring was right there, and I just stepped down about 20 feet, and here's an old fire pit. You know, this thing is so ancient, but look at the rocks. Somebody put this in the middle, of course, but that could have been Park Service people, but no one's been out here as far as I know. But that's an old rock ring, probably an old fire pit. It's 20 feet away from the structure would have been. There's some little rocks set there probably for something. But you know, you just don't know how long this stuff's been sitting here. It could have been here for 100 years, no, more than 100. 200, 300, 500, couple thousand, you just don't know, but it's ancient. Keep looking. I found another partial rock circle here. There's some more rocks under there. This is definitely a rock circle, but a couple of them are missing. This is not too far away from that last rock circle. Yep, another part of the village. Keep looking.